people need to understand that the most valuable currency, the most valuable thing that they can give is their time and their attention. Hi, today we're gonna discuss about addiction and how to get rid of social media addiction. Also video games addiction. This is not about addiction related to substances. That's a different process. So some bit of background, because I don't want to get you into all the hormonal cycles, everything that happens in the organism, because that will make for a great explainer video, but it wouldn't necessarily be extremely actionable. All you need to do is that probably one of the worst things that happen in terms of addiction that is purely, let's say, mental, so it's not necessarily a physical addiction, is through intermittent dopamine releases, right? So what happens in that process is that you have a baseline of dopamine. And if your dopamine gets increased at irregular intervals, that's the most powerful tool that one can use for you to get addicted. Because think of social media, right? You won't like every post there. You won't like even 1 out of the 10 posts there. But maybe each 15 posts that you see, you're gonna be like, nah, that's a nice car. Or that's a person that I wanna date. Or that's a childhood friend and he has a baby, or whatever. And you're gonna feel like you're impressed by it. So, see, that's how it works in a very briefly fashion. There are other ways at play. And I will start by giving you actionable advice. And the first thing that you can do is turn your phone black and white. I'm not even joking. If you're doing that, you are going to find that all the pictures, everything that you are looking to, they lose a lot of their grip. They lose a lot of obviously the color, yeah, basically. But they basically lose a lot of novelty. Because in the way that our brain treats reality, it will understand that something that's black and white is make-believe. It's interesting, but it has something to do with our natural propensity to enjoying to spend time in nature. So if you're seeing tons and tons of videos of people on beaches or people enjoying themselves going out or things of that nature, you are going to naturally be attracted to that, right? Especially the nature part. There were studies, and it was proven that if a person spends some time walking in nature, they will be 20% more effective at their task, right? So this is fascinating, and it didn't have to be, somewhere in Florida where it's nice or whatever. You could spend that time in Alaska, for example, and you might hate it. You might hate every second of it, but when you're going back to doing tasks, you're gonna be 20% more productive, which is fascinating. It's just what nature does to us. So that's the thing. If you're seeing lots and lots of landscapes, lots and lots of things that you love, that you enjoy, make them black and white. That's the first thing. The second thing that I want to share with you is get busy. Like, that's, I swear to God, that's honestly the only thing that you need to do. And it sounds so stupid and so simple and so annoying when it's coming from an external source like I am right now. But that's the truth, right? Um, there are things that you can do. You can start doing what you enjoy. You can read. You can work more. You can try to change something in your career. You can go to the gym. You can get in a relationship if you want to, if that's something that you're interested in, or have really good friendships. Instead of being on social media, you can go out with a friend and give that person their full time. One of the most disrespectful things that one person can do when you are with them or when you're talking to them is to take their phone out and start looking at things, start browsing things. It means you are boring me, or it means that I'm giving you a low attention or a low priority. In that case, when that happens, you have to set boundaries, right? You have to say, you know what, this is not acceptable. I'm here giving you my time. I would rather spend time with you. If you want to do something on your phone or whatever, it's fine, but I don't have to sit around for you to do that. And that's the truth of it. And if they don't understand you, because this typically happens in maybe you're a guy, you're dating some girl who's obsessed with Instagram or whatever. When that happens, the best thing that you can do is to say it once, say it twice, but if you see that things do not progress, it's time for you to decide to take a step back. Right, so that's also some relationship advice into addiction advice. But I struggled all my childhood with addiction, a video game addiction. I would be playing 12 hours. I wanted to become a pro in a game, MMORPG, and right now I have no interest in that anymore. And it's also this third thing, that's why I shared with you this. It's also a matter of interest, right? If you're finding things that you're absolutely enjoying, that you love to do, that you do, and they're extremely pleasurable for you, and you're becoming better at it, then you're going to find other things less and less interesting. You're gonna find scrolling through your social media feed less and less interesting. And the idea is not so. See, people are going to start and recommend you. Take this app, and I can give you, like, this is okay. Point number 4, right? You can have an app that limits your time. From personal experience and from the experience of everybody that I've ever talked with, that never works. You are going to find way around the app. You are going to circumvent your own blocks, because okay, you cannot use it on your phone, right? But you're gonna go and check Instagram on your laptop, or you're gonna go and check some other app rather than Instagram. You're gonna go on Facebook, and it's gonna be the same thing, right? Maybe you're saying, okay, I wanna put everything in a time limit where this is interesting, and I have something for you. This is something that I bought. It's a lockbox. It has no battery left, but yeah, that aside, I didn't need to use it recently. But the idea of it is that you put your stuff in, you put your phone in, you put whatever you wanna put in, and then you lock it for 2 or 3 hours until the craving goes away. You put the sweets in. But honest to God, this is not effective. This is not an effective method. I bought it because I really enjoyed the idea. And at the time I thought it was gonna help me. But I realized the thing that helped me most is actually the advice number 2. Get really busy. Again, do have a schedule, right? I do have a planner in front of me, and I'm telling you. So now it's I don't want to date myself, but I will date myself. So now it's the 27th. Is it the 27th? Man, I'm bad with dates. It's the 26th, right? 26th. No, damn. It's the 27th. I was just, you see, when you're quite busy, you don't even know how days pass. But it's the 27th. It's the Wednesday, and until the 4th of August, I have everything planned in my planner, right? So I recommend you do the same. Don't have one of those don't have one of those online planners. Use an agenda. It's $10, 10 euros, whatever. You can even buy something that's much cheaper than that, 3 or 4 euros, or use some old pieces of paper. But you need to create this sort of not necessarily routine, but understanding of where you're spending your time. Okay, this is the best thing that you can do. You know, the Steve Covey's advice that what you cannot measure, you cannot manage. It's the same. It goes the same for you as well in your personal life. And see, I'm looking at the schedule for today. It's quite. It's close to noon here. So the idea is that I had my morning that was filled. Then I started working. Now I'm filming this video in my lunch break. And then what I will do is keep working up to 6. At 6, take a shower, get ready, get dressed. I'm going to the gym from 7:30. I finish gym at 9. From 9 to 10, I'm commuting back home, and it's 10 p.m. By the time it's 10 p.m., I'm reaching home. I'm so damn tired. The only thing that I want to do is sleep. It's literally not even not even an overstatement, right? It's keeping yourself busy. Um, what else? Like you can plan and you can do things even if you might feel like in the beginning you're struggling to create a plan that takes all of your day. It's fine. You don't have to be perfect. Okay, you don't. You will just find out that in time the use of social media is going to decrease. So that's the thing. Going cold turkey, I found that it never worked for me. Maybe it works for you. Maybe you're that kind of person, but it never did work for me. Am I not using Instagram right now? I do. Um, I'm I talk on Instagram, and also I post at times, but I'm spending at most, and I haven't tracked this, right? But I'm spending at most 5 to 10 minutes each day on not even that. I'm not scrolling anymore, and that's the thing that I wanted to stop. I didn't stop. I didn't want it to stop communicating with my friends. I didn't want it to stop communicating with people. I didn't want it to stop posting on Instagram. That's not my goal. If that's yours, if you want to completely remove it, then being cold turkey is probably the only way that you can do. But in that case, you get extremely busy, and you get busy doing interesting things. You get busy doing things that you enjoy, that you love, that you absolutely adore. I was telling you in my previous video that you do a list of 10s, and also a list of the things that you want to try. Those are the lists that are going to drive you so much of your growth. Go if you're feeling the need for social media in the evening, go meet up with a friend, or go have lunch on your own, or go have a long-winded walk in nature, and then have lunch, or then cook something for yourself. There are so many ways to fill your time. When your time is filled, when you're feeling like you're doing things, when you're feeling like you're enjoying your life and you're content with what you're doing, you won't feel the need to compulsively check for validation, because that's what social media is to a point. We are checking social media for two reasons: for validation when we're receiving praise, and when we're giving praise or attention, well, we're interested in that. It's either it's either a person that's interesting to us or an activity that's interesting to us. And yeah, guess what? Let me tell you this: people are not gonna date their fans, their followers. It's not how things work. No matter how interested you are, and I'm telling this for guys, okay? So women, you know this already. I don't have to talk with you. You're way smarter in terms of relationships than we are. But guys, no matter how much you want or like a woman, it will have nothing to do on her attraction levels. Actually, it will probably decrease her attraction level, because if you're needy, if you're insecure, if you are pushy, that's going to be a turn off for each person. So no matter how much you like that person's photos or whatever, uh, what's the point in that? Why would you waste your time in such a low reward activity? It's not like that they will come at you and say, "Oh, you liked my last 15 posts. Uh, we must get married now." That's not how things happen. If you want to make a move, be bold, send a message, send a text, whatever. Fine, go for that. It's up to you. But unless you're doing that, um, it's just a massive waste of time. So don't waste your time thinking that people will care what you're doing, both in real life and in social media. But more of it on social media, because they won't. Nobody is going to care, right? If you wanna post something, if you wanna join social media, do it for yourself, for your own sake, for your business, for what you want to build, for what you want to achieve, for what you want to strive for, but never for external validation or for other people. That's how how things work. Um, video games addiction, and I will end with this. It's much tougher than social media because the dopamine release that you get through social media is quite small. In video games, you have the whole idea of winning, especially in multiplayer games. And if you're a person who is more disagreeable, if you're a person who is highly competitive, even if you're agreeable, if you're a person who maybe enjoys exploration, it's extremely open-minded, then you're gonna be so attracted to multiplayer games. To combat this, again, it's stupid, but replace walking in World of Warcraft and exploring things in World of Warcraft with walking in nature. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can go in a park next to you, but that's the only way that you can do it. You have to replace the video game experiences that produce dopamine for you with the real life experiences that produce dopamine for you. Because see, the real life things, the things that you feel with your body, are going to be much more powerful. Fine, you won't have the perfect trees as in video games and the perfect setting, but you don't need the perfect setting in real life. Um, so yeah, there is a reason why people have certain idioms, and the same goes with the uh, why don't you play outside, right? That moms tend to say to kids that are playing too many video games. Why don't you go outside? Well, see, generations ago, parents would be asking, actually, even 10 people who are 5 or 10 years older than myself, their parents would ask them to come in, right? They would be like, spend some time at home. But no, we grew up with video games. We grew up with games that would satisfy our curiosity and our cravings. So alternatives to video games, to that exploratory feeling, are reading, reading fiction books, reading novels, watching a movie. That's still something that doesn't bring you too much value, to be fair. But if you want to replace an addiction with another, yeah, go for it. Going for walks, trying to travel, that's something that's financially, what's it called? Well, I wanted to say expensive, but it's financial challenging, right? But it doesn't have to be something extreme. You don't have to go travel the whole world. You can go get on a train and travel for 1 or 2 days per week, which is the weekend or whatever. Again, I'm assuming that you're having some sort of structure in your day, you're working for the most of it, and typically you won't even have the time to play video games or to travel that much. If your video game addiction is interfering with your work, then you have to talk with somebody that can guide you through different techniques, right? So a quick YouTube video will not work. You will need a one-on-one session with a psychotherapist that can help you with addiction. Another thing that I need to tell you, and this is probably tip number 6, is that it all comes through intrinsic motivation in the end. It all comes through your own personal need or desire to stop. Unless you want to stop, you will continue doing it. You will continue spending 2 or 3 hours on Instagram or TikTok, and you will find out that things are not getting better, even if you are using this box or whatever other trinket, or I don't know. Like you can use whatever box you want. But if you're not out there putting in the work, if you're not striving to become better in the things that you love, it's tough. It's tough not to fall into old patterns and old habits. Um, it's a struggle. It's not gonna be easy. It's it's probably not even the thing that you need to do in the long term. It's something that you need to do in the short term. But because you've done it for a period of time, 2 or 3 months, you are gonna find that you will find yourself less interested in social media, even if you're having a day off, even if you're having a day when you're not going anywhere, you're sitting in the house. you are probably gonna find some other activities to do. You're gonna cook, you're gonna clean, you're gonna do something else. There is so much thing that you can do for maintenance of your own body and your own house and your own home. And man, like, you need one day to clean your, like, every week you need one day to clean your apartment. You need one day to I mean, I'm combining things, right? So 24 hours, let's say, for cleaning, for cooking, all the meals that you need, for all the adulting stuff, right? For all the maintenance things, right? So how can you say that you have nothing to do and you're spending time on social media? That's an excuse that you are designing for yourself. So I'm hoping this is gonna be useful for you. I'm telling you this, and I wanted to share this because it's so close to my heart. Like, I'm telling you that there are so many times in my life when I chose video games over people, or over going out. I ruined a relationship at some point when I was younger because of video games. Because I only wanted to do that. Again, I wanted to become a pro. I wanted to become something that I wasn't necessarily interested in, but I enjoyed the exploration so much, and the game in itself, that it took hold over me. So maybe you're in the same situation. Think of the people that this is negatively impacting, and the first person is yourself. First, like, you have to do things for yourself all the time. So you're not thinking about how it impacts others first. You're thinking how it impacts yourself first. But this also means that you're not a selfish guy, a selfish person. And you're also thinking how it impacts your friends or your girlfriend or whatever, because they want to see you, they want to go out and hang with you. And if you're a busy professional, so I'm literally telling you, I'm giving you again the example of myself because that's what I know. I have 4 evenings which are filled with activities, and I have 3 evenings which are free. Okay, so I can only go out on those 3 evenings, and out of those 3 evenings, one of them I'm spending it for some sort of writing, some sort of tracking, some self growth. So I have two evenings in which I can go out. That's it, right? Would I rather go out or play video games? For me, it's simple. It's a simple equation. I love my friends. I love the people that are in my life. I want to see them. I don't see most of them as often as I would want to. But when I miss somebody, or when I want to see them, I'm texting them and I'm telling them, hey, let's meet at such and such place on such and such date. If they're also available, obviously. So that's more valuable to me than any mount or any achievement or any epic gear that video game could have given me. So yeah, cheers to that. Thanks for watching. I'm hoping this helped you. Let me know of your results. Let me know if you need help with anything. And we'll catch each other again soon. Bye.